Good afternoon. Tonight's video, whatever you want to call it, is strictly going to be my view on taxes and the American government. According to the Constitution, which I have right down here, the purpose of Congress is to raise revenue to run the government. It says it in the Constitution that Congress has the right to tax the public to raise revenue to run the government. I looked there, I read it over several times. Nowhere do I find, does it say it has the right to raise revenue to give to foreign countries. Nowhere does it say that they have the right to raise revenue to redistribute wealth in the country. Nowhere does it say it has the right to do anything other than to raise revenue to run the government. Nothing else. And I've been looking through all the amendments to the Constitution, and nowhere does it say that Congress has the right to raise revenue to give away overseas, or nowhere does it say it has the rights to raise revenue to redistribute wealth in this country, and nowhere does it say it has the right to raise revenue for other than the function as written in the main body of the Constitution. So, where do they think they have the right to tax like that? They don't have it. Who gives them the authority to do that? You. That's right. You out there give Congress the authority to take your money and do whatever they want with it. Not just run the government. To give it to a country overseas. To help a country buy weapons. To help a country do anything they want with it. To help a country feed their poor while our poor goes hungry. To help a country build their infrastructure while our infrastructure is collapsing around us. You, not the Constitution. The Constitution only gives them the authority to raise revenue to run the government. That's it. Now, someone will say, well, that's it. No, that's not running the government. The truth of the matter is, where do I really feel about taxes? 1, we are overtaxed. 2, our tax system, the income tax system, is about the most unfair tax system there is. And Congress knows it. That's why they're saying, oh, we need to tax the wealthy to redistribute. No, don't work that way. It is unfair, and it gives them excuses to sneak other taxes on you, the unsuspecting. Don't think the wealthy are going to pay more in taxes, because every time they go to give them a tax, they give them a loophole so they don't have to pay anything. You think Warren Buffett's going to be up there standing alongside Obama if Obama's going to take half his salary, half the money he makes this year? Do you think Warren Buffett will be standing there next to him saying, oh, I support this guy because he's going to take half of everything I'm making? No. Because he's going to get his money that he makes. Every cent of it. If not more. The truth of the matter is, our tax system is so unfair, so one-sided, and these people know, you out there, know very little about it. They can tell you something and you will believe it. They can tell you all kinds of stories. Like, Obama says, okay, so we're going to raise taxes on small businesses, but we're going to make it so you don't pay any capital gain tax, which you don't pay anyway. So what happens is, instead of small businesses getting a break, they end up getting more taxes. And that's the way it works. We're going to tell you we're going to give you something, which we give you absolutely nothing, and we're going to take something away. That's what they are doing. That's why the income tax is standing, because it gives them a way to work around so that you actually pay the bulk of the taxes. Do you realize you pay income tax to the federal government? You pay sales tax to the federal government? You pay excise tax to the federal government? Every single item that you buy and everything, you pay taxes to the federal government. And you may say, well, no, it's only like 4%, 5%. No, you forget how business works. Business gets taxed on an item. They put the tax in the cost of the item. Now you're paying the tax that business got, plus you're paying the tax that the sales tax is, plus you pay income tax. Hey, look at your tax systems. Our tax system is totally out of control. Our government is raising taxes for things they don't need to raise taxes. They don't have authority to raise taxes for. But they do. Why? Because you let them. How I feel about taxes: one, as long as we have income tax, minimum wage totally across the board to everyone should not be taxed whatsoever. By a state, by a city, by a federal government. Nobody taxes minimum wage. If the government says and the state says this is minimum wage, this is what it takes to live, then that's what the person should be bringing home. Not half of it going in taxes. Between 1/3 and half. No. If that's what it takes, then nobody gets nothing. The only thing I say is $1 out of every week will go to Social Security only to register Social Security. That's all. After minimum wage, then you are taxed. But up to minimum wage on everybody is not taxable. That's first. Second is we need to really look at our tax system. Fair and equitable, yes. But not this garbage about redistributing wealth. That's a bunch of crap. That's only going to end up costing you, the average American, more. Look at the tax breaks that they give all these big companies through different things. And then the ones that are not the favorites get no tax break. And you end up paying more. How much do you pay in taxes on a gallon of fuel? Do you know until recently the majority of that price was taxes? You were paying more in taxes till recently than you were paying for the actual fuel. Now the price of oil has gone up so much that it's kind of balancing out. But the truth is, tax-wise, I believe our taxes should be at a level to allow the government to function, not allow the government to distribute wealth throughout the world, not allow the government to distribute wealth throughout this country, not allow the government to overpay and have all the stuff it's got. No. Our taxes should be set to a limit. Too much of our taxes are wasted. And another thing, make our Congress accountable to you, the American people. You got to demand it. They're the ones who set the taxes. They're the ones who collect the taxes. They're the ones who make the taxes, not the president. The thing is, I will be yelling in the White House constantly. One, I don't believe in the income tax. It's the most unfair tax system there is in the world. Two, if we got to have income tax, then minimum wage should be whatever our government sets it at, totally non-taxable, non-touchable by any entity whatsoever, including federal, state, local, county, city, whatever. And Social Security should only be taking $1 a week out of anyone who makes minimum wage. It starts from there. That's where it should be, and that's the way it ought to be. But you people have to decide. Are you going to believe these two, or are you going to believe me? The difference is, I'm bringing you to the White House. They're not. You have a nice day. This is JD.